And when she told me, don't go, it's a Muslim country, I was like, honestly, I got scared. I definitely did have that notion. When I first visited a mosque in Turkey, I thought the people were going to tell me I can't go in. I thought that they were going to, I don't know, laugh at me. They were going to stare at me in a negative way. I expected the worst when I went into a mosque for the first time.
Have you ever experienced something that led you to Islam?
I always had a bad relationship with alcohol. So when I was 8 years old, my brother died from alcohol. And the reason why it affected me so much is because obviously I was very close to him. He was my brother. But the reason why it affected me so much is because when he died, the doctor said that if he wasn't drunk, he wouldn't have died. He got drunk, he got in a fight. One punch it took, one punch, and he hit the floor, the brain hit the back of his head and he died. As soon as he hit the floor, he was dead. It was instant. But the doctor said if he wasn't drunk, he would have tensed for that punch and he wouldn't have died. That was the reason. So if he hadn't been drinking, he wouldn't have died. So I always had a problem with alcohol. And after his death, I was very young, but my family, they didn't understand the negative impacts of alcohol. They actually carried on drinking. They drank more than they used to. My dad went to pubs even more. I saw him even less. He was always at the pub. And through him going to the pub, my dad then met a 15-year-old girl who he left my mum for. He ran away with a 15-year-old girl and he left his entire family behind because of alcohol. And this is something that I always advocated for when I grew up, because my entire family split in half over the course of a year. This all happened in a year. It was me, my dad, my brother, and mum. And then that was it, half was gone. I never saw my dad again. Half was gone. It was me and my mum. And I think what happened after this incident is I grew up hating alcohol. I hated parties. I couldn't attend parties. I felt really bad. But as I started getting older, probably around 20, I started thinking, oh, maybe it's not so bad. I never turned into a party freak. I never went through that. For me, it was about networking. Everyone said, if you go to these clubs, you'll meet the right people, you'll get in the right circles, you'll network. So I started doing it for that reason. There was one